So Hadassah, you've created in your piece a series of tags. Could you tell us a little bit about why you chose tags and why that was an important aesthetic to you?
So when we were first given the project, I wasn't so sure what to make, but when I think of survivors arriving like anywhere, but especially like in Cheetham Hill, I think of people coming off like trains or wherever they're coming from with a suitcase with a tag that's just got where they've been, like where they're going. And I sort of wanted to have that in my piece. So I decided to make tags but show their life experience. So where they've been, like what they did when they came here, to sort of mimic that idea.
Brilliant. So you've created a series of tags. Each tag is a memorial to one person. So you've kind of got the name and then some of the things about them. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to talk us through a couple of the people that you've documented through your work, and how did you represent their life experience?
Yeah, so an example of some of them that I've done, I did a tag for Marie Zweig, and she came to Cheetham Hill from Vienna. So I've done the Austrian flag, for example, on the tag with sort of a little trail here to England. Um, and then she started to work as a cook when she first came here. So to sort of show that, I've done sort of a little pot and a pan on the tag. And then she went on to work in a factory, so we've included that as well. And we're also told that she loved music and that one of her possessions she brought with her was a music player. So I decided to incorporate that as well by doing little music signs and symbolic things to do with that. And then a second example is Ilsa Jacobs, and she again arrived in Cheetham Hill, and she actually had many things she did when she came here. So one of them was working in a clothes factory. So for the tag, made like factory, included the clothing. And then after that, she was persuaded to go into dentistry and she became a dental technician. So again, I tried to include that on the tag. And then she also, after she got married, she ended up opening a bakery with her husband. So again, I've included that on the tag. And lastly, she loved music and she loved going to parties with all her Jewish refugee friends. So again, there's music symbols there to show that.
Oh, that's wonderful. It really, you talking about it gives me this sense of what those people were about and the things that they enjoyed and the joyful things in their life as well and in their work life. So Hadassah, could you tell us a little bit about the impact that it had on you researching the people that you memorialised?
Yeah, so I found it really inspiring learning about all of their stories, and I'd never really learned about them before, so it was a really nice opportunity too. And it also gave me a chance to reflect on my own family history, because my great grandmother had a similar situation to Marie, where she was also the only person left in her family. Um, so yeah, it just gave me like kind of resembled with me, and I found it really inspiring.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And if you look to the future, if you could develop your project in any way, have you got any ideas of what you might do?
Yeah, so I think that one way this project could be developed would be to have the community and other people in Cheetham Hill create tags for themselves. So not only can they learn about the stories of people and kind of make that their own by creating things that resemble with them and the stories of the survivors, but also just educates more people on them and shows and tells them the stories and all the things they achieved while being in Cheetham.
Yeah, brilliant. That sounds amazing. I'd love to see that happen. I can imagine you traveling around all different places in the community and talking to people about the research that you've done, and yeah, inviting them to make their own. I can imagine that hanging them all around Cheetham Hill. Sounds wonderful. Well, thanks very much, Hadassah, for sharing that. And wondered if you might have have you got a question for Poppy?
Yeah, so I guess a question for Poppy could be, what would she put on a tag if she was to create one for herself?
Great, lovely. Yeah, we look forward to hearing what that might be. You never know, Poppy might make one if we drop some clay around.